When I was a teenager, I had a 386 SX machine with 2 printer ports, which I used for playing mod music. In this video, we are talking about stereo Covox. This was the stereo amplifier I used. I'd made 2 digital to analog converters myself by only using resistors. The noise level was not good at all, but I still enjoyed playing mods. I especially remember I liked a mod called Wasteland. I made 2 videos about the Covox back in 2017. But since Scully just finished a new player for stereo DAC or stereo Covox, and because it lets me reminisce over all the days, I've decided to make this video. Did you know that Covox DAC player could sound as good as this? This sounds even better than my first Sound Blaster Pro 2 when it comes to noise or background noise. You've probably heard about these very easy to make digital to analog converters, aka DAC devices. Mod trackers, demos, and even some games supported these DACs or Covox adapters. Moby Games lists 65 games with Covox or generic DAC support. If you include drivers like the Tandy emulator and the Covoxer, you have several hundred games to choose from. Included in the Covoxer download, there are Covox drivers for many Sierra games. Just be aware that there are different drivers for EGA and VGA games. There is even a driver that emulates Tandy sound on Covox. I made a video about this, check it out. There is also a driver that emulates Sound Blaster. I never got it to work, but I later learned that it only supports digitized sound, not FM music. So that was probably the reason I did not get it to work. But the Tandy emulator works great. Serdashop have made DAC devices for a long time and has kept making them better by every batch. For our testing today, we are using his latest version called CVX4 or Covox 4. Just a few days ago, Scully added stereo support for his DOS player CVXPlay. Here is a sample. Here is a list to summarize what we can do with the Covox. Moby Games lists about 65 games with the Covox support. Several DOS demos have Covox support. You can use Covox with the Tandy emulator to get sound for several hundred games with the Tandy sound. You can use a Sound Blaster emulator to get digitized sound. You have a driver for Windows 3.x. The CVXPlay 0.6 from Scully plays raw files on 2 Covox devices. You have stereo sound. Modmaster by Freddy V lets you even play mod files on an 8086 4.77 MHz. Mod Player Pro lets you use 2 DACs or 2 Covoxes for stereo output. And Fast Tracker 2 has stereo support. Sadly, I did not get that to work on my setup. Well, I hope you had fun watching this video. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.